Hey, this is Clayton, and in this video, I'm going to talk about a conversation that I had with a client. They asked me this question: does my ex still love me? Now, he had recently gone through a breakup, and over Christmas, what was really confusing to him is that a week before they broke up, his girlfriend was elated to be with him. She was talking about how much she loved him and how much she wanted to be with him and how much she appreciated him. And then 2 weeks later, all of a sudden, boom, the breakup happens. And this can be really confusing for a guy, right? Because here you've got a woman who is telling you all the things that you want to hear, and you're thinking, okay, well, everything's fine. Maybe the road has been a little rocky to get to this point, but she still loves me. I can rest easy knowing that she's going to stay with me. And then just like the flip of a switch, suddenly she's gone. Now, what happens here? How can a woman go from loving you and expressing love to, within a matter of a few days, a week or two, suddenly not feel anything and want to call the relationship off? Well, the first point that I'd like to make with this is that it's not a question of whether she still loves you. In fact, she probably does still love you, even in the face of breaking up with you. It's that there was something going on within her, some emotion that she was feeling outside of love that outweighed her feeling of love. In fact, it was something that was so heavy and so big that she would rather honor that negative feeling and get away from it than stay in a relationship even where she loves somebody. Now, how this typically happens is the man in the relationship with the woman, there's typically some fighting that's going on, or there's some type of issue that is unresolved, and it keeps coming up over and over again. And I actually just recently made a video called The 4 Reasons Why Women Leave Men that I'm going to link to in this video that you can watch after this one. But there's some type of fight that may be related to one of those 4 reasons that women leave men that kept coming up over and over again. And maybe she was expressing these needs and she didn't feel validated. She didn't feel like you were listening. The issue is unresolved. And rather than actually work through this, maybe she just kept talking to her friends about it, or maybe she swept it under the carpet, and there was this level of resentment that kept building. Now, as that's all happening, in order for her to justify and rationalize that she's still in the relationship with you, there is a bit of a war happening within her. And the war is, on one part, she loves you and she's wanting to look at all of the reasons that she's still in the relationship with you, and she's wanting to find the justification for staying in the relationship with you. Because starting over is something that nobody wants to do. No one wants to start over and go find a brand new man or woman to be in a relationship with unless the pain of staying in the relationship is so great that they feel like they have to do that. So what happens here is the woman is fighting this battle internally with herself, trying to figure out whether she can stay to you, and she doesn't feel comfortable enough or safe enough to actually bring these issues to the table, because every time she does, she either feels invalidated, she feels like she's wrong, she feels like you're not listening, and she doesn't see a resolution that's possible. And then what happens is she may get to a place where she is loving you and she's looking at all the bright sides of why she's together with you. She'll remember the confidence that you have or the nice things that you do for her that make her feel loved. But then the moment that issue, that reoccurring fight, that reoccurring trigger point comes back up in the relationship again, it could be a matter of hours after she's expressing the love, it could be a week after she's expressing the love, suddenly that trigger has this swell and tsunami of negative emotion attached to it because it has not been resolved, which sweeps completely through, and the pain of that is more than the positivity she gets from loving you. And then she decides, okay, you know what? I can't be in this anymore. I can't deal with this because the issue's not changing. It's not evolving. This is not going to shift. And I just can't do this anymore. And then she walks out and she leaves, even though she might still love you. So the way to deal with this is to handle it before it happens, and to realize that if there's some no-fly zones in your relationship with her, where there's certain things that you guys don't talk about, or there's certain things that you put off or you invalidate her and you think that she's just got to deal with it and that this is all on her and you don't want to handle it because it doesn't make sense to you, you're setting yourself up for a situation where this could very well happen, where suddenly she loves you 1 minute and then boom, she's gone, because she doesn't have you as an outlet to be able to express these other negative feelings that she's got within her. So she just makes a decision on her own and walks out. And it's important to know too that women tend to have dominion over the world of emotions. So they're more emotionally in touch. They're more emotionally in tune and freely able to express their emotions. And human beings in general, negative emotional experiences tend to carry a lot of weight with them. So you can see that if these issues are not resolved in the relationship, she feels like she's consistently getting shut down by you. They are just building up. And at some point, man, it does not matter how much she loves you. There is a feeling that she has when she gets triggered with you that is unbearable. And her only escape is to walk away from the relationship. It can be diverted if you've got the courage to talk with her and allow her to vent everything she needs to vent to you in a way where it might sound like she's attacking you. She might tell you all the things that you don't want to hear. She might judge you in ways that make you feel extremely exposed. And if you are not willing to listen and truly get her perspective and hear where she's coming from, then there is really no path to reconciliation, because you've got your viewpoint that you're going to hold on to, and she's got yours, and the two of you are just going to go separate ways. So if you are wanting to reconcile with her, you've got to be strong enough to be able to go back into the conversation and really be able to listen and address those things, that reoccurring issue that came up over and over again, in a way where you're taking responsibility for it, where you are committing to a new way of being in the relationship that honors her needs, that honors yours, and truly being a visionary in the situation where you are looking past the problem and finding a solution that works for both of you. So thanks for watching. If you'd like more information, click on the link below. You can grab my 8 secrets to create a rock-solid relationship guide that I created. It'll be delivered straight to your inbox if you click on the link below and visit my site. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to continue the dialogue.